accomplished it.
I did remember this question. I forgot who it was from, but I know it was in the Discord, and I forgot to ask it. But they asked, who had the greater potential? Mm-hmm. Was it Luffy or was it Ace? So Ace never dies. Who has the greater potential between the two?
Ace was greater than Luffy, in all honesty.
So,
do you have anything more to say before Sebastian goes off?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so like it's actually hard to measure, right? Mm-hmm. Because in any like other story, mm-hmm. I feel like Ace would have had the higher potential. Yeah. You know what I mean? He was a conqueror. He unlocked Conqueror's Haki first. He was older. He was stronger, better fighter than Luffy from jump. He has like a more dope or Hawks or Devil Fruit in general. I mean, newer chapters have changed that, but like Luffy was the weaker one. He was the one like looking at Ace as like the guy that he was trying to emulate, trying to be like his older brother, stronger than him, etc. Like, I feel like in any other story it would be that. Mm-hmm. But like the fact that this is One Piece and like Ace doesn't have that thing that Luffy has. And maybe it's the fruit this whole time that Mihawk was talking about, where it's like he can gravitate others to his cause. Ace doesn't have that. And he never really did. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like that one aspect of the two of them, I feel like is why I would say Luffy has more potential. If that wasn't like played up to be a major thing and how like him liberating these countries from stuff is like happening and people are joining him and like we call it plot, but it's like it's Luffy's infectious like enthusiasm for things that are like making it so that people want to help him out. Mm-hmm. Like Ace doesn't have any of that stuff. So it's like as high up as he could actually go, it's gonna be just on his like fighting and strength kind of capability and willpower. While Luffy, it's like I can get as high as my will, which is already like insane, and I will have the influence everyone else too. And maybe that's just him being the main character, but the fact is that they've spoken to that point in the show as if it's a thing that him and like even Roger have kind of thing. Where like Ace, I don't see that. And maybe I'm wrong, but I haven't seen that with Ace. Yeah. You know what I mean? So you go. But that's...
Did you have anything to say?
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
Okay.
I get what you're pointing, that gravitation pull, but remember, if you think about it, Ace was pulling Luffy. Ace pulled Luffy and Sabo, right? If Ace just wanted to, because they agreed to like have their own, but if Ace said it from the beginning, I'm sorry, set that precedent, that he was going to be the captain, Luffy would have followed in the beginning because how much he loved and looked up to Ace, you know?
Maybe.
No, because remember...
Because he met Shanks first.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about... yeah, because he met Shanks first, but then he was rejected. But if you think about it, Luffy was rejected kind of like twice by Ace and Shanks. He has great respect for both of them, but they're all like, no... Like, Shanks was like, no, you're too young, right? And then Ace was like, we're going our separate ways. Ace was like, it's just going to work better that way, you know? But even in the beginning, like, Ace kept pushing Luffy to the side, like, don't follow us. And he would follow along after Ace and Sabo, you know? Luffy clung to Sabo too, but he clung more to Ace in that aspect. So Ace had that pull, but Ace was also pushing. Granted, it was different because like he viewed Luffy as weak at the time, while he pushed him away. Yeah, you know, that's why I say like I feel like it would have messed up a little bit because it doesn't make sense for the rest of Ace's crew. Like you know, like young Ace, how much you wouldn't accept someone who wasn't strong in your crew. Not saying that Ace's crew wasn't strong, but no one really stood out to be as if how we saw young Ace. Like.
I mean, you're not gonna be the same dude you are when you're 17.
No, but but that wouldn't have changed. Like that attitude about like only you on your crew now. You're only gonna want strong people. So what I mean is like, for example, like so Ace may not have it to that. It may have not grown it right to Luffy's extent because Luffy's his ability to gravitate people towards him is great now. Like it's surpassed, I'll say, what Ace had. But that fiery will, like what Kaido said. Right? And I was talking to Lionel about this earlier, like how strong Ace's will is, but also just in general, like what Conqueror's will is able to do. Ace showed a stronger will to conquer things, pretty much of greater potential than Luffy, you know? The only thing he was just stopped early because also Ace's attentiveness. Like the reason why Ace died was to protect Luffy because of how alert he was, or Luffy wasn't paying attention. Mm-hmm. That would make Ace go stronger in tight situations because where Luffy will be like we see at times where Zolo's yelling at Luffy like, "Yo, shape up! We're in the new world. We can't be playing games here." Ace is not playing those games. He's more alert or attentive. Where in a sense where like, for instance, like Luffy died not due to like his, not to say his own weakness, but like due to his laxness. Ace died protecting Luffy because of that laxness, you know? So it shows that
Did
Ace...
Luffy die due to lackness, or was he just
Yeah.
not strong enough in the moment? I feel like I don't know if he was lax.
Hold on, let him finish his point.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, so pretty much some things that will to overcome a lot of things, right? I was like, Luffy's shown that he has that to a great degree, but I believe that Ace's will in that aspect, especially with that fireness, like he releases such a young age, right? His conquerors, and then even fighting Blue Gem, the pirate, right, was on his own, you know. So it's like this from a early age, and that growing to where it could have been. To me, has greater potential than Luffy shown, especially at a young age. And what Ace would just been growing more and more. The only thing that Ace to me what lacked was basically knowledge, because he wasn't instructed on much. And I feel like if he had that knowledge, like with his father about hockey and how to utilize it, Ace would have been better, even stronger than we've seen.
All right. I disagree with a lot that you had said, but I'm not going to go all into it. And I kind of agree with what you said, but I think you kind of missed the point of what you were actually trying to say. For me, I would say there's two variables, right? The Nika no Mi happens to... I think it has something to do with Luffy's will. And you remember I said, like, the Zoan Hitos have a will of their own, so it kind of, like, meshes with your personality, and then you proceed forward, you know? I think there's a variable in that we don't know about. So Luffy, having been rejected all those times, might have made him weaker to some degree, but if he ate the fruit, then it probably propels him in a different direction. I don't know. The other variable is Ace needed a father. That was his whole understanding of life, is was I worth was me being born a good thing? Because everybody's always told me that it was a bad thing. That because of my father, I should have never been born. I contain demon blood or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think that Ace had the potential, and he most certainly definitely showed he did before he met Whitebeard. And I think that's where his potential actually stopped, was that he found his dream. His dream was to be acknowledged that being alive was a good thing. Whitebeard showed him that. If not, he never met Whitebeard, he'd be LeBron James. He'd be the best basketball player in the world, because LeBron James isn't so cool with his dad, from what I know. Because he's never found that father figure that really meant him, like, that he was worth it. Instead, LeBron found worth of his own by creating his own family. Ace never did that. Ace was just, you're my father. I'm going to make you Pirate King. I'm not going to make me Pirate King. So I do agree that he was stronger for a time and he had potential, but I think that potential just literally washed away, bro, as soon as Whitebeard got there. And then it goes into your aspect where Luffy is able to gravitate people towards him. That's where the variable of his fruit comes in. Is it the fruit that is able to extend and cast this great aura of where people can be gravitational to Luffy, or is it Luffy himself? And I think that's something we're never going to have answered no matter what. But I think we have to think of it as a possibility. So Luffy didn't have the potential, but then he gained it. Like, he was destined for it, where Ace was, he met Whitebeard, man. The show is different if he doesn't meet Whitebeard.
It's true. It's funny.